Good morning, y'all. And yeah, we'll make this quick because the good news is after Francine, there's not a whole lot in the forecast. It is a tropical depression now sitting to our north by quite a ways. It's 30 miles even south of Jackson, moving along the interstate and taking the wind and rain with it. So for the remainder of today, things are improving. This will be traveling up the interstate all the way to Memphis by this evening, and then it will completely dissipate. All right, your forecast for today, you can see we are going to be watching for the 80s. If you don't have power, of course, it will be a tad warm out there. Our heat index will be in the 90s, so we are expecting us to be a tad hot and a little humid. But the good news is that humidity is slowly going to be decreasing today, and then by tomorrow morning, I think we could have some upper 60s on the North Shore, low 70s on the South Shore, and that's that nicer feeling air that's going to be moving across our area really the rest of the week. So the lasting impact at this point is going to be for some elevated water, and that's going to be for some surge. We do still have 2 to 4 feet of water rise for the lake and up onto South Mississippi. Elsewhere, it's down to 1 to 3 feet. And this little squiggly line here, that is the path of, well, the center of Francine was doing. So it was wobbling in as we were talking about. The center of it came close enough that that eye wall and the heaviest of the rain, that corridor of stronger winds moved right across the heart of southeast Louisiana. And so thank goodness it's long gone, but many of you I know are dealing with some impacts. The good news in the tropics, there are no other areas of concern to watch out for right now, at least locally. The Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico look to remain quiet the rest of this week. I don't see anything on the horizon into the weekend either. There are a couple areas that you should watch if you've got travel plans. This one off the East Coast. We'll probably see some lower pressure develop here slowly over the next 5 to 7 days, and that will continue to be something we're keeping an eye on for the East Coast, but it doesn't look like a Gulf system. And then 2 other areas that are called an invest. You can see they're tiny, the hurricane center sets. We're watching them, but you know, they may not do anything. And then this, I should have started with this. This is soon to be Gordon, it looks like. It's a tropical depression. It's Tropical Depression 7 moving off to the east. And once again, this one is so far out there that really no one should worry about it. It may never really be a problem for anyone. So outside of that, there's really not a whole lot of concern going on over in the tropics right now. I do want to give you a quick update. I just got some new river numbers in. If I've got time to get to that, we will be watching our rivers for flooding. We're talking about rivers dumping considerably over the past 4 hours or so. A lot of these numbers are higher now. The Tangipahoa River is at 12.2 feet right now. We're cresting that at 17.5, so it should begin to crest. That's the Tangipahoa near Robert by later on today. The good news, the northern parts of Tangi and where the headwaters there of the Tangipahoa River didn't see as much rain as the lower portion. So most of the rain fell in lower Tangi and down near into Lake Pontchartrain. But the lake is still high, so it's going to take some time for that water to clear on out. All right, the Boguchita, a little bit further up into portions of northern St. Tammany and Washington Parish. It's at 7.9 feet, getting into minor flood stage. Forecasting that to crest later into tomorrow. Its crest will be a tad bit slower at 11.5 feet. The Chifuncta River is jumped up to 21.6 feet this morning, and it's about to crest, it looks like. So a lot of these rivers are starting to crest and will begin to go down by probably later on this evening and into tonight. What we're waiting to happen right now is for the tides to begin to decrease. And once those tides and the storm surge in the lake starts to drop off, that'll allow the rivers to clear things out faster across the area. And then the Bogafalaya here, that's going to be near Covington. It is going to be running high. I do think it's going to be in moderate flood stage, so it will be one that is a closer one to watch if you live near those areas. It's currently at 11.1 feet. We're going to have it at a 15-foot flood stage as we head into today. And so we do think it's probably going to begin to crest later on today and into tomorrow before things begin to taper off. Molly, got you here. Your 7-day forecast is not looking bad either. And that's the great news with all of this, is that we've got a long stretch, and fairly long stretch, of not a whole lot going on here with even some lower humidity. So the next couple of mornings here, if you don't have power, the humidity will be on the lower side. It's not going to feel like a crisp fall morning, but it's going to feel a lot better than it usually would in August when we have a hurricane and don't have power. So here you go, 83 today with some clouds around. A few showers are possible, but those chances are quite low now that the depression is moving away. 86 tomorrow, 88 on Saturday. We'll see some sun come back into the forecast. There's a chance that maybe an isolated shower pops up later into early next week, but right now we don't have any major rain in the forecast, and our temperatures are going to stay in the 80s from here on out. And by the way, if you're going to be moving your boat, today is a little bit gusty. We're still going to be keeping an eye on that for you, and maybe hold off on moving the boat until tomorrow, because as we get into tomorrow, you can see this is today, winds are calming significantly, and by tomorrow we'll have smooth conditions. The Gulf will be calming down, the lake waters will be calming down, and overall we'll be doing pretty good there as we as we look at our marine forecast. Y'all tell me where y'all want to go here. I mean, I can go all day long, but Bree, we'll give it to you.